Alright, so in this video, we're going to be solving this absolute inequality. So we have two absolute inequality problem to solve here. The first one says absolute value of 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 7. So before I proceed, let me start with A. Don't forget, in the previous video, I talked about what an absolute value is. That's the value that will return a number that is greater than or equal to 0, meaning that this is valid and this equation is valid. So there are two possible solution of this that will return 7. But before I move on, let me explain something. For example, if I say y is equal to what? 3, right? What this implies is that there are two possible values of y that will return 3. That is what? Y can be plus 3, and also y can be what? Minus 3. So because if I plug in plus 3 and minus 3, it will still return plus 3 based on the fact that it is inside the absolute value, or that is the distance of minus 3 and plus 3 from the what? From 0 number line. So for this particular equation now, there are two possible value of x from this particular expression on this side that will return minus 7. So for us to solve it, we need to write it in that form, just like the way I've written this. So the two possible solution are, that is what? Plus into bracket 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 7, and right, minus into bracket 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 7. So these are the two possible solutions we can have for this problem. So now let's do it side by side. If I use plus to open this bracket, it will still return 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 7. So 2x, right, is less than or equal to, if minus 3 comes to this side, it was 7 plus what's 3, just like equation really. Then 2x is less than or equal to 7 plus 3, that is 10. So x is less than or equal to 10 over 2, which is equal to what? 5. So it implies that x is less than or equal to what? 5. We are still going to check. Then for this second one, all we need to do is to open the bracket using this minus. This is just more like minus 1 outside the bracket. So minus 1 times 2x will give us what? Minus 2x. Minus 1 times minus 3, that will give us plus 3. It's less than or equal to what? 7. So minus 2x is less than or equal to what? 7 minus what? 3, because if plus 3 comes to this side, it becomes minus. So minus 2x is less than or equal to 7 minus 3 will definitely give us what? 4. Right, divisible side by the coefficient of x, that's minus 2. I'm saying minus 2 here, minus 2 here. This cancels this. So x is less than or equal to 4 divided by minus 2. X is less than or equal to what? Minus. Now, pardon me, it won't be less than. The reason why it won't be less than is because whenever you are dividing both sides of an inequality with a negative number, the inequality sign will change. So x will be what? Greater than or equal to what? Minus what? 2. So that is that about that. So that is why we have greater than, because we are dividing by a negative number. So that is another aspect that requires some level of care. So these are the two possible values of x that will make this equation A to be true. So we can check. So let's check. We have 2x, absolute value of 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 7. So let's check. We have what? Absolute value of, so we can check. Absolute value of 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 7. So when x, right, is equal to 5, we take it as equal to 5 in this case. You just want to show. So when x is equal to 5 in this case, what we are going to be having absolute value of 2 into bracket 5 minus 3 is less than or equal to 7. 2 times 5, that is 10 minus what? 3, right? In this case, it's less than or equal to 7. So obviously, okay, let me increase the page. So we have 10 minus 3 equal to 7. So what's 10 minus 3? That is absolute value of 7, right? Is less than or equal to what? 7, which is what? True. All right. So that is that about that. Now let's consider the second one. The second one, when x is equal to minus 2. Okay. So when x is equal to what? Minus 2. So we are going to be having absolute value of 2 into bracket minus 2, right? Minus 3 is less than or equal to 7. 2 times minus 2, that is minus 4, minus 3 is less than or equal to what? 7. So minus 4 minus 3, that is minus 7, right? Is less than or equal to what? 7, which is what? True. Okay, so that is that about that. So I want to believe this video has helped someone. So let's quickly look at the second example. This one says n minus 4, absolute value of n minus 4 is greater than 3. So B, for B we have absolute value of n minus 4 is greater than what? 3. Like I said, there are two possible solution that will make this to be true. That is plus n minus 4 is greater than 3, and what? Minus what? N minus 4, right, is greater than what? 3. So if we consider these two, let's open the bracket. Start plus times n, that is n. Then minus 4 is greater than 3. Then n is greater than 3 plus 4. So we have n is greater than what? 7 here. Therefore, this we use minus to open this bracket. Minus times n, that is minus n. Minus times minus 4, that is what? Plus 4 is greater than 3. So we have minus n is greater than what? 3 minus 4. So minus n is greater than 3 minus 4. That is minus 1. But there's something we need to be very careful of. You now divide both sides by the coefficient of n, which is minus 1. And when you divide any inequality, be it weak or strong inequality, by a negative number, the inequality sign will change. So divide by minus 1, divide by minus 1. So the final answer will now be what? N, right, is is greater than here, and it will be less than what? Minus 1 divided by 1, that is 1. So we have n is greater than 7, and n is what? Less than 1. So now let's check. So let's check. So if we check this particular problem, we have absolute value of n minus 4 is greater than 3. So absolute value of n minus 4 is greater than what? 3. So when n is equal to what? 7, okay, basically greater than 7 anyway. So we have what? That is 7 minus 4, right, is greater than 3, right? 7 minus 4 is what? 3. 3 is greater than. Now let me explain something. Don't forget, n is greater than 7 here. That implies that n could be 8. But what we are trying to validate is that you can equate it to be 7 just to show that the left-hand side is equal to the what? Right-hand side. That's what I'm trying to show. So for this, because n is greater than 7, so it could be n integer greater than 7 or non-integer as well. All right. So for this one too, if you check, we have what? N is less than. So with n, when n is equal to what? 1. So we have what? We have absolute value of 1 minus what? 4, right, is greater than 3. So this one will now be what? 1 minus 4, that is minus 3, right, is greater than 3. So this is true, and this is also true. Now somebody may say that, but n is less than 1. For example, if n is like minus 2, okay, I say minus 2, yeah. If n is less than 1, n could be 0. So if I put 0 here, right, 0 minus 4 will be greater than 3, because absolute value of minus 4 will be 4, which is greater than 3. So now let's now consider a case whereby we now maintain the actual value. So I'll call this a special check. So special check. When I say special check, I've been equating them. So in this case, n is greater than 7. So if n is greater than 7, it implies that n can be what? 8, 9, 10, and so on and so forth. So let's plug it in. So if we plug it into that particular equation, we have n minus 4 is greater than 3. So we have what? N minus 4, excuse me, not bracket, n minus 4 is greater than 3. So in this case, we take n to be 8 because it must be greater than 7. So we have 8 minus 4, right, is greater than 3. So 8 minus 4, that is what? 4 is greater than 3. So this is true, right? Because absolute value of 4 is still 4, and 4 is greater than 3. So for when n, based on what we have here, when n is less than 1, when n is what? Less than what? 1. So let's think about a number that is less than 1. That is 0. It could be 0. It could be what? Minus 1. It could be minus 2. So let's use 0. So we can have what? 0, right, minus what? 4 is greater than 3. So minus 4 is greater than 3, because basically minus 4 will definitely be absolute value of minus 4. What I mean is absolute value of minus 4 is equal to what? 4, which is greater than what? 3. I want to believe that somebody has been helped by this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel as much as we continue to provide free content like this. We'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. See you.